We all have a story to tell, but what makes each one different is not how the story ends, but rather the place where it begins. Can you brush his shoes?
I play Pa, who is father to Buddy and Will, and husband to Ma, played by Caitríona Balfe. And I think Pa is ultimately a really good person trying to do right by his family, and he's like everyone in Northern Ireland at the time is sort of forced into this very difficult position of trying to make big life decisions that benefit the family and try to get through these very severe times that are happening around Belfast in 1969. But ultimately he's trying to do the right thing for his young family, and so he works in the building trade as a joiner, and a lot of his work is bringing him over to England already. So then when there's the opportunity to escape all the troubles that are happening in the north of Ireland, he takes that opportunity and tries to help his family. I sort of didn't base him. I mean, I have the luxury of being from Belfast and having a father from Belfast and uncles from Belfast, and lots of men in my life and my mates' fathers, and I feel like I've got a pretty good grasp. I mean, there's definitely elements of his character that I kind of associated with people that have been in my life in some way growing up, and I felt like I had a little bit of a head start with that in terms of shaping Pa, because I know what a man from Belfast is pretty well, so that was helpful. I get a sort of text from my agent saying, Kenneth Branagh would like to talk to you about something. Are you free tomorrow? It's like, you don't get those texts very often, and I was thinking, great, he wants me to be, an extra in a movie or something, and I'll definitely talk to him about that. So they sent the script, I think maybe that evening. It all happened very fast, and then suddenly I read this script. As soon as I saw the title, Belfast, I thought, oh, hold on a second, this could be something really, really interesting. Not very often you get a script sent, then the title is your hometown, and it's with such esteemed people involved in it, like Ken. So read the script straight away, and I think the next day I spoke to Ken on a sort of FaceTime call, and just instantly, as I imagined I would, was sort of connected to him and saw how much this material and being from Belfast meant to him, and obviously being from Belfast means a lot to me also, so being able to riff off him in terms of talking about what that feels like, I felt a lot of pride, Ken's amazing at sort of bringing out all the core goodness of people from home, and no matter what side of the divide you're on, and no matter what people have gone through back home, we have always, I think, I'm slightly biased, but I think we are in the north of Ireland, we sort of insert humor into everything, and we try to see the best in every situation. I think maybe in all of Ireland it's like that too, it's an island that has gone through a lot of pretty rough situations over centuries, and hasn't always been treated that well, let's say, and haven't treated each other that well, let's say that also. And I think we've had to sort of use humor to sort of combat that and get through those situations. So I think Ken really drew out that humor from the people there, which I really respected. But it's a joyful script in many respects, considering the very troubling aspects of what's happening and the backdrop of what is starting to happen in Belfast at that time, and the fractions that are starting to occur, and the division and the uproar and the violence. There is still humor, and there's people trying to live their lives and make these decisions. I mean, I think it's quite in the best way, it's difficult to describe. I think it is kind of, Ken and I were talking about this on set the other day, about how I think it's going to serve so many people. I do think like everyone in the family could watch this and get something from it, again, because it's joyful, but it's there's heartbreak in there. There's big themes. There's big decisions. There's leaving a life behind. But it's also funny. I think it's funny. I think there's loads of humor in it. I think it's sort of got this strain of like this very relatable sort of empathy throughout it. And these decisions that are being made that. I think any family can imagine themselves in these situations, trying to make these decisions that are really tough and leaving a whole life, the only life you know, and leaving that behind. I mean, it must have been brutal to make those decisions then. And so not only have I not really worked with an actor as a director before, I've never worked with an actor who's such an actor, such a powerhouse of an actor, such a respected, lauded actor. And I've loved every second of it. And the benefit of that are so many and plentiful, but my favorite aspect of working with an actor as a director is he is so mindful of where your head's at all times as an actor. The day before a big scene, of course the day of a big scene, the day after a big scene, he's so cognizant of where you are in your head, because a lot of us as actors, we're often in our head about stuff and we're worried about how things are going to play out. And the day before we had a relatively complicated scene, and the day before Ken was sort of, how do you want to play it tomorrow? Would you rather we started wide and came in, worked up towards your close-up, or would you rather just straight off the bat do your close-up and get that when the energy's fresh in the morning? Directors don't ask you those sort of questions a lot of the time. You just sort of turn up and they're doing it their way and you just fall in line, So that aspect of it I've loved.